November, but I still am going to prepare for that. I heard, I've been watching a lot of Ken O'Keefe lately, and I don't know if a lot of y'all watch him, but he is a very honest ex-Marine, a very brave man, and he talks about, not really thinking about the end result, but just doing the best you can to bring about the best future you can. So I've got to work on that a little bit more because I want this program stopped. It's not happening. It's not happening like I want it to, and I'm isolated, and it keeps going on. And I hear this from a lot of you other guys. We're trying our best, and it just keeps going on. But I've got to become not so wrapped up in, okay, this program's going to end, in a couple of months because we're doing this, and just do those activities and hope for the best. Hope for the best. Also, want to just re-mention Pinacopia, the Techno Crime Fighters Forum, with Dr. Horton and Karen Stewart and Romola D and Dr. Millicent Black, and Dr. Paul Marco is moderating, those forums. Those are great. Please watch those. They're bringing out so much great information. I watch every one of them. And then Dr. Horton's tsunami email campaign. That's another thing. I haven't been able to do it because my attackers have basically taken over my phone, they've taken over my computer, and they've taken even my PlayStation 3. They can freeze it up whenever they want. So I try and go to her website, and when I'm thinking about it, when I'm like, okay, I need to, do those emails, I need to copy and paste that thing, they won't let me get onto the website. So I'm going to keep trying, but I don't have enough money to get another computer. I keep trying different, virus software, but it seems like, y'all know how they get into our computers through a back door, through our wireless, and it's really, my virus protection doesn't ever find anything. It doesn't find any viruses because they're coming in there through a direct route, through some kind of program that it doesn't pick up. But please, if you can get on your computer and do the tsunami email campaign, please do that. I want to support it in any other way that I can and keep trying to work on actually doing it. I know that sounds just so awful, like I'm not doing it, but I'm trying to support it. But I'm really trying, guys. Right now it's like they're heating up my phone to where my hand is burning. And lately, like I've been watching some interviews with Dr. Paul Marco and Dr. I can't remember his name, and he's so smart about all this stuff. It's Dr. Oh my gosh, it's something starts with a K. I think anybody who goes on there will know who I'm talking about. But I was watching. It started about maybe a week ago, where I was watching those and playing video games. I was multitasking because multitasking will cut into the remote neural manipulation. If you're multitasking, they don't really know what they're looking at with their equipment, with the frequencies that they're putting towards you. They'll have a harder time, targeting you. They'll have a harder time messing with your emotions. They'll have a harder time hurting you when you do that. So they started heating up my phone about a week ago, just all the time. Like when I turn it on in the day, it just immediately heating it up to run down the battery. So I'll turn on my phone when I wake up. It's like 100%. It'll take about 20 minutes for it to go down to like 10%. And even when I have it plugged in inside, it'll stay at about 10% while I'm charging it and looking at YouTube, and then it'll just heat up and stay at about 10%. So I had to do this video in my car, in my condo parking lot, hooked up to the car charger, and it seems to be working. It seems to be keeping a charge on it. I know it's a lot of stuff. I've been looking into a lot of stuff, and trying to just do my calls so we can get information out so people can come on there and talk. And I know we're all trying our best. I've seen so many new target individuals who've started making videos, and it's just the awareness is exponential. So it's so promising. I know we're all getting tired. Our bodies are tired. I'm supremely isolated in my condo, and the people around me are at the least they're harassing. through the community watch, which for where I am is the sheriff's department. They came and talked to these people, not even my attackers who are hitting me with remote microwave radiation, come and talk to my neighbors. They have a compartmentalized way of getting like the sheriff's department or community watch to come by and tell them like you're a crazy person and they need to harass you. So this is completely draconian, what's going on. This technology is advanced and they're hiding it so that we can't get help from doctors. And I get caravanned by EMS workers, sheriffs. I get caravanned by all these first responders, and I can't go to a doctor and get help for this. And I'm being brutally, microwaved to my head, to my chest, to my genitals. And I know like a lot of you guys are too. So we just got to keep moving forward. I am pretty stressed out right now. They keep me in a, getting in the enclosure helps, but everything that I found, and I'll just tell you guys the truth. The defenses that I use work. All of them work in some kind of way, but I just haven't found anything to just shut this stuff down. The closest thing that I have found is Dave CD. For a lot of people, it has stopped the targeting, and it may be for a litany of reasons. It may be because they've gotten the nanoparticulates out of their system by cleansing, and they've moved to a place where they don't have people directly around them, and so they're dealing with the remote stuff, the remote connection that these people have to us. And Dave CD really is a counter frequency CD that kind of knocks that out. I think my attackers, they do still put toxins in my environment. They have people around me, maybe with weapons, and so it helps, but it doesn't knock it out entirely. But it's the closest thing that I found, the best thing that I found. I think on my next call, I think I want to do that topic because I like that topic. I think it gets TIs talking about some really good things when you're like, what's the best thing that you found to defend? And then we can all say, okay, well that works and that works. Like one person said the best material they've used is argon mesh. So I'm going to try that on my enclosure. I'm a little bit wary to put my copper mesh on top because the copper mesh is so heavy, and with all the aluminum and thermal blankets I put on it, it's a tent, it's a pop-up tent, so it's not caving in, but it's not that strong. I mean, you can't put like sheets of metal on it and stuff like that and expect it to just stay up. But it does have a good exoskeleton. I would recommend that for any target individual who just cannot take their attacks. Get a pop-up tent. Just start kind of being creative and putting some cheap passive defenses on it. Aluminum foil does work. I'm not sure exactly if it's just conductive or if it's just reflective. I know it does reflect. I know it definitely reflects some of the electromagnetic frequencies. But I'm not sure if it's kind of conductive to some of them. But what I've done with my enclosures, it's a pop-up tent, so it's far enough away from my body where if it is conductive a little bit, it's kind of absorbing into the aluminum foil, reflecting some of it, and it's away from my body. So the cheapest thing, but I'm going to start working, when I get a little bit more money, because I am on disability, so I'm kind of waiting every month. When I get a little bit more money, I'm going to get some maybe better materials, maybe some argon mesh, some things that I've heard work very well, some carbon-based fibers. Linkstat is also has carbon in it. But yeah. So I'm hanging in there, guys. I wanted to just make a short video, kind of, updating y'all on what's going on. Please come to my calls Tuesday and Thursday. It's just whenever Ella's call ends on Tuesday and Thursday. It's 724-444-7444, and then my PIN code is 142394#. Ken also has an awesome call Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. After those main calls on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, he does an after call on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He has a great call. His number is 142298#. So TIs that stay up late, you can come to me and Ken's call. during the week, and then there are other calls during the weekend. Usually somebody do an after call after Derek's call on Saturday, and then Neil does his Sunday night call, which I missed tonight because I got up so late, and I've been driving around. I just tried to get out of my place, and drive around a little bit. I hope y'all are doing good. I hope y'all are doing well. And I hope that you're finding things that make you comfortable, and just still fighting the good fight. Like I said, I've been watching this guy named Ken O'Keefe lately, and I'd watched him before, but I'm really just watching a lot of stuff. And my attackers, really heat up my phone when I start watching him, because he tells a lot of truth, and these people really want to. They don't like the people who are working with them, or maybe the people that are around you, maybe getting some of the surveillance, maybe looking in on you to see any kind of truth. They want to knock that out because they're trying to show themselves as like, I'm the bad guy, and I'm a terrorist, or I'm a crazy person, and they're good, and they're doing this to, try and put me in jail or in a mental institution. And this has become our justice. Injustice has become our injustice. Injustice has become our justice. And black is white, up is down, in our society and in the world. Ken O'Keefe talks about that a lot. So maybe check him out. He is an ex-Marine who had to actually get out of Dodge, as he says it, because he talks about 9/11. He talks about the truth. He cares about the world, and he cannot come back here because they'll set him up. I think they were targeting him when he left, but if he came back here, it would be a lot worse than what we're getting, what most of us are getting, because he's a major whistleblower, and his background is that of honor, a Marine. And I was actually yelling at my attackers tonight that they're making money hand over fist. They're liars and they're murderers, and people are holding them up on their shoulders and doing what they want. The criminals are driving around, somebody being murdered like me with DHS fusion centers, and they're glorifying these maniacs. And then a man like that who tells the truth, who cares about his human family, who cares about his country still, but he had to denounce rights to this country and leave. So we chase men, we target men like him, and we chase them out of our country, and we take these people who will do anything and give them a lot of money, and lift them up on our shoulders. And it's so much more than sad, but sad's the only word that I can come up with now. And I see a lot of target individuals, living in their cars. I talk to them. They're living in their cars. They're in pain. They're just trying to survive, and nobody's helping them. Other target individuals are trying to increase awareness, but police aren't coming out and helping them and seeing what's going on because the technology's advanced. I talked to my dad recently, and straight to my face, he was like, my parents helped me a lot. I would probably be homeless without my parents. So they're not bad guys in any way. They're very good people. They're good Americans. But my dad tells me to my face, and so it leads me to believe my mom believes the same thing, that, he believes that I believe it. But I did have Crohn's when I was little, and I've gone through a lot of pain in my life, and he thinks that I'm in pain, and I'm trying to make up something about the pain. And it's very painful to have that kind of conversation with your dad. And I've told y'all, and I've told everybody else, I have a relationship. I still do. It's complicated by this technology and what's happening in my life. But me and my dad have always been like Pa Kent and Clark Kent. He knows I'm a good kid, and that I want to do what's right for everybody, and he trusts me because I'm smart. And what's happening here with this technology and the directed energy weapons, he doesn't believe me anymore. He still loves me, and he helps me, but he doesn't trust in my perception of what's happening in my life. So, and I know a lot of y'all experience that too. your family